So, like I was saying, brother Kareem Asghari, this is what he has created here in Iceland. And if people would talk to him, he'd give you a bad recommendation, saying this guy come here from America. He doesn't come out here with it without money. When normal people, normal white people, have money, not discounting the Black Lives Matter. And then, and I think it's a form of betrayal. You know what they'll get into? They'll say he should have stayed in America. He didn't have enough money. Yeah, Mr. White come out. He should have just stayed there and lived on the streets for the rest of his life. Yeah, you know, and stuff like that. Even Black Americans outcast each other, bastards. They do. Yes, it's all the food that I have left. You know, they outcast each other, man. Yeah, they outcast each other, man. When you're legitimate, trying to tell the truth. So what I tend to do is I take things like juice, in case somebody helps me with a meal or something outside, and then what I do is I take that and then I take that and I take stuff, carry stuff with me, just in case I get a chance to have a decent meal outside, you know, and there's only water or something, whatever to drink to enhance it, because I might be a sugar addict. Yeah, I'll have some apple juice or something. And this costs about 90, about $1. Let's say 100 kroner or 90 something kroner, or just over $1. 100 something kroner. So I'll have that with me. If the wind is really blowing, I would need the hat, to have this hat underneath this one, because my head is the hat size is loose. It'll blow right off, and I think today is a windy day. It will blow right off. Huh? Yeah, so this should be sufficient. But anything too hardcore Islamic, particularly on a black man, on a black guy, you don't want that. A lot of black Muslims are vulnerable, or more. I don't want to say shady. They're more reserved about expressing their Islam or displaying it, because they feel like they have more to lose. People associate them with Islam. Yeah, they have more to lose than somebody of South Asian ancestry, because they have no financial support. They got no backing. This is old leftover meat from yesterday. The meat was so good and tasty from yesterday, because I haven't had meat like that in ages. So I carry it with me to eat off of it today if I don't get any food. If I don't have any food to eat today, I'll eat off of that. You see, and I'm worried about now the charge, because the phone which I'm using to film, the power dissipates very, very, very quickly. Yeah, very quickly, and I need it. I need it to illustrate points about where I'm living and stuff for the Lord Azim. You know, how I was trying to talk to someone to get, because there's only a way that you throw yourself at a person. You introduce them to you, and then you start the dating and all that. And I don't. At almost 50 years old, man, to try to start getting into dating and all of that nonsense. I didn't want to do this, man. What I want to do is, can you imagine that? I don't know how old. I can't remember how old I was when it was 2009. I think I was 40 years old. Yep, when it happened. They specifically chose to unleash horror on me. La'natullah alayhim. La'natullah alayhim, at 40, at the age of 40, hoping that would be my circumstance for the rest of my life. I cursed them. I cursed them in Allah's name, man. I cursed them, man. I cursed them with the most venomous, vehement pain of a curse, man. And ask Allah to avenge me, man, for what they have done to me. The Muslim and the non-Muslims involved. For the Muslim involved, I should say, may Allah guide them and give them hidayat and make them repentant of what they have done. I should say that. You know, but they would say, well, you don't. But then the non-Muslim intelligence security officials would say, well, you don't wish good also for the non-Muslim. You ain't wish good on me, and I wished good on I wished past tense good on you. You don't wish any good on me, so why should I make a benediction? People like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But even for those malfeasant Muslims who think they have the authority of Allah and they are a part of Allah's qadr to do this, F them. F them. I wanted to say F-U-C-K. F them, man. Let Allah throw the wrath hit upon them. It already is, man, and there's even worse things coming up to these suckers, man. Hadramaut and all these other suckers, man. And some of them throw a little money at me, like a Sufism brother here, but you can see the contempt in their eyes, man, that they have for me, man. Just maybe even ethnic. But some of it is some sort of spiritual intimation and guidance, maybe using the jinn or whatever. We don't know. This kind of like a sort of, they feel, I don't know if they feel repentant or remorse, or if they don't, kind of pity for the actions of what they have done against me in the past, led me up to be living like this. Yeah, it put me in living like this, and I wasn't hurting anybody. I just had aspirations to do good for the community, to do how can I say, comprehensive, benign good. And terror doesn't fall into the definition of benign. Sneak attacking on people does not fall into the definition of benign. You know, that's not benign. You know, there's no misconstruence with that. Benign. Benign means doing community service, being wealthy enough to create places to have access to hygiene so they can wash themselves in private. We don't even have that in the U.S. We hardly even have that. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, man. A lot of this social welfare system you see in Scandinavia is based on ethnic homogeneity. You know, a homogeneous, homogeneity of ethnicity. Why the bonds are close for them to support each other and things like that. That's why. Yeah. Other than that, for other ethnicities, it's kind of scoffed at because they look at you as you're coming to use something, allow them, or you're needing something from them. I have my ass out. If I had my money, I'd be in South Asia, or I'll be in Polynesia or South Pacific, something like that. If I could, if it wasn't so. See, it's rife right now. Southeast Asian society, you know, and you know I'm talking about Muslim majority, Malaysia, Indonesia, whatever, Brunei, with corruption, man. And it's supposed to be Muslim, Muhammadan followers of the lighted path. You know, the crystal clarion path of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, of the revealed messenger. They're supposed to be acolytes of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, man. And tabi'in and all that. Yeah, man. People looking like madness, huh? Zina and rape going on left and right. Man.